Today on White Collar Garage, we're going to change the cap and rotor on this Chevy Astro van. This is a Vortec 4.3 liter. We got to pull the doghouse out of the inside, so we're going to show you how to remove that doghouse, set it to the side, and get in there and change the cap and rotor. Okay, so to get this front panel off, there's a bolt here, a Torx head here, and a Torx head over here. So I take a little pocket screwdriver and put it in here and pop this tab out. You're going to need a T30 to get in there. Get this one out. Now at the bottom you got this little Velcro piece. You pull up. And you take that and you just set it off to the side. Now up underneath here you have 13 millimeter nuts. So we're going to get a socket and a ratchet, a 6-inch extension and a 13 millimeter socket. Now we're ready to pull this off. There's two clips right in here that you have to pull. So we're going to pull from the bottom and then we're going to give it a quick little jerk. Boom. Now, we have one connection here for the power adapters. Take that off. Then you have one for the CD player right here. I'm going to take this and put it off to the side. Now we have this heater vent that puts air, heat down underneath the floor. So we're going to push that up, get it out, and now there's a connection over here on this side, and then we have a tube over on this side right here. We're going to pop those off. Now we have one ground strap right here. Okay, now you need a 15 millimeter, and I put two extensions together, and it's 15 millimeter, and then the tops, there's this little hump right here, and there's one over here. Right at the end of them is a 15 millimeter bolt. Down here on the bottom, there's these 13 millimeter bolts that hold the clamps on, that hold the bottom of this engine shroud on. We got to take those off. Now these are marked left and right hand, so they're different, but it's pretty easy. There's a marking right here where my thumb is, and that's so you can just set these together. Okay, now it's loose and we're going to pull it back. Okay, so here's the cap and rotor. Now you want to make sure you put these wires back in the exact same spot as they were. So I've got these set up so there's 3 in a row. So I know this is 1, 2, 3. You can mark them with a little pen and a felt tip pen or something like that, and mark them 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to take these and pop them off. There you go. Now we have these over here that are the same way, and they're in the holder over here as 1, 2, and 3, or you can mark them 1, 2, 3. This one's the coil wire. Now we have two Torx head number 15s. One here on the back, and then one here up in front. Same thing here. These are 15 Torx 15s, and we just unscrew them. We purchased these new cap and rotor from the dealer. They seem to last longer than any of the aftermarket ones. And you'll notice these have a little Loctite on them. So that's good because they won't rattle out. Now there's tangs on here that are separated. So you got to make sure you put this cap down, this rotor down in the right spot. If you don't, you'll break these little tabs right here. There's the distributor cap. This back one, I like to stick it on the Torx head and then use my finger and guide it down in. Now when you tighten these up, you don't want to tighten them up that tight because you'll crack the distributor cap right here. So you're just going to get them down and get them a little snug. And that's all you need. Okay, now we're going to start it up. And there we go. Okay, now it's time to put the doghouse back on, or the engine cover. We got to make sure these are up out of our way. And we have vacuum lines right here for the heater controls. You got to make sure those are out of your way also. So now we're going to put these off to the side and we're going to get the engine cover and put it down in here. Now we want to make sure that this is in there. Give it a couple little tugs and pulls and looks good. And these are left and right. Now our heater duct, we got to make sure that wires and hoses are out of our way. We got to connect the pipe on the side. And then we got to connect the pipe on this side. And then we just... Now don't forget, this is your ground strap that you have to hook up over here. You have to give this a little tap. Before I tighten up all the bolts, I like to make sure that I got all 4 of them in. Now we can go ahead and tighten them up. So that's how you remove your engine cover and change your cap and rotor on this Chevy Astro van. These years go from 1996 to 2004, I think, is the last year these were produced. Thanks for watching White Collar Garage.